Hello and welcome to the therapy floor with me, Dr. Ritz.
And me, Dr. Vicky. We are on the floor getting deep into the human experience, unpacking everyday dilemmas through the lenses of two psychologists.
Welcome back to the therapy floor.
Welcome back.
I'm still feeling that pepper on my tongue.
From our lunch.
Yeah.
We had the most disappointing lunch.
It's so disappointing.
There's nothing more disappointing than being so excited about food, and when it comes, it's just like, oh.
This happened to me a few weeks ago, and it was like 3 meals in a row.
Oh no.
And I was
That's
like, on the
bad
first
luck.
night, I went to bed thinking, it's fine. Because I love my food. I was like, it's fine. Tomorrow, you'll have this. We'll prepare for this. And then it came, and I was like, it's fine. For dinner, you'll have this.
It's disappointing. Absolutely disappointing. But anyway,
Yeah.
Good to see you again.
Good to see you. It's been a long time.
It's been literally 20 minutes since we recorded last episode. So if you didn't catch our last episode,
Of season two.
of season 2, you would have missed that we're doing things a little bit differently now, and we're doing one dilemma per episode just to shake things up and see where it falls, where it lands.
Mm-hmm.
So we've done our first dilemma. We're going to move to the second dilemma. Should we go for it?
Let's go.
Okay, and I've now lost it. Okay, so this person has not given their age or their gender, but anyway. I've been feeling incredibly bored in my marriage lately, and it's causing me to question what I should do, if anything. After 30 years together, everything seems to have fallen into a monotonous routine. I find myself preferring the company of my girlfriends over my spouse. Our day-to-day is incredibly mundane. We wake up, we do the same things, it's become so predictable. My wife seems happy. She hasn't said anything to me, but I can't shake this feeling of dissatisfaction. The kids are grown up, and now the time should really be about us. I want to feel excited in life, and surely that is okay? ? What are you thinking?
I've got so many questions for this person.
Yeah.
So I'm having a lot of thoughts. I've got a lot of questions. Yeah, it feels like this person really wants to shake things. Mm-hmm. Like, I just get them wanting to rock the boat in a way, like, this boat is boring.
Yeah.
I need some excitement.
Yeah.
They're saying that they're getting bored by the certainty. Everything's predictable. Mm-hmm. And it's quite interesting because I think a lot of the times people find uncertainty difficult, don't they? But this person here is saying it's mundane, it's day-to-day, it's predictable, I'm bored. I actually prefer other people's company. That's more exciting. I want excitement.
Yeah.
I want to shake it up. I want more.
Yeah.
I want more. Surely this isn't it.
Yeah. It's so interesting because I think they're saying that it's, they're bored in their marriage. But where my mind goes to, are they just bored in life as well? Is this just about their marriage or is it just generally? But I mean, they've clearly said, I prefer the company of my girlfriends over my spouse.
So they're not bored in golf.
They're not bored in golf.
Something's happening at golf.
Yeah. Yeah, what's happening at golf?
Yeah, that's what I'd be wanting to know. What are the people like at golf?
Yeah.
What is going on in golf that's sparking you?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, what's that about? There's a difference between home life and the wife and the golf and the friends there.
Yeah. Yeah.
What's the disparity?
Yeah.
How are you coming alive at golf?
What's happening for you to come alive?
What's happening for you to come alive?
Yeah. I want to encourage you to take some ownership over this. I mean, it sounds like you are because you've asked the question. But rather than saying, what should I be doing? It's just, what do you want to do? What do you want to do? And the only should here is that maybe you should speak to your wife about your expectations and your needs in the relationship. And if they have changed, being very clear about that. Because I wonder what happened in these last 30 years. Were you happy for the last 30 years to be mundane? Did you think that that's what you needed in order to raise children, get them sorted. You have clear ideas of what the later years of your relationship should look like. Have you shared them with your wife? And also, is this a part of your personality? Because I think that it's quite... I think if you're someone who wants some spontaneity, some adventure, some excitement in your marriage, you probably also want that generally in life. That's probably also a characteristic or personality trait, like being open to new experiences. I'm thinking about like the big 5 personality traits that we studied in psychology. So you're probably quite open-minded. Maybe you like taking risks, you know, like you were saying, that need to not have certainty. And if that's core to who you are and to your value system and your personality traits, why are you stifling them? And are you just stifling them in your marriage, or are you stifling them in other areas of your life as well? And ask your wife, like, what is she thinking? You're kind of making an assumption that she's happy with how things are.
Yeah.
But maybe ask her if she is.
Yeah. Don't assume. How do you know she's happy?
Yeah.
Speak to her about that. And, you know, if this is part of your personality and who you are, I'm sure she knows that. And I'm sure she sees that. So how has that been a part of your marriage previously up until now?
Good question.
Like, was there never excitement? Or what used to excite you in the marriage? What excites her? Have your values changed?
Yeah.
From where you were, like, I don't know, 10 years ago, 5 years ago, to where you are now?
Because 30 years is a long time. There should have been, not should have been, but there could have been lots of evolutions during that time period. You change a lot within 30 years.
Definitely.
So, yeah.
So do you wonder if this person did not have this personality type before, and something's like woken up within them?
I'd be very surprised if that was the case.
Yeah.
I'd be very surprised. Because even though I'm saying we change over the period of 30 years...
The core is still there.
Our core identity, not our core identity, but our core personality traits remain unchanged, don't they? So they can look different, they can have different expressions, but I think they'd still look the same. So I'm just wondering, like, when did things change, or if they have changed?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
When did they change?
Yeah. And going back to the point of, you know, in relationships, especially long-term relationships, there's certain evolutions that occur. Maybe you've lost some form of connection with your wife, and this is about how can you reconnect again.
Part of me was thinking that, you know, when somebody describes it as day-to-day and mundane, to me that sounds like it's become easy. And
comfortable.
So, comfortable, and that can translate to boring.
Yeah.
And so are you both maybe taking each other for granted at the moment, it sounds like? Does the relationship need more effort to be exciting? And that's something that both parts need to give, you know, not just her, you as well. Like, what do you want to bring to it to make it exciting between the two of you? Yeah.
Exactly, because you could fall into the trap of thinking, well, I don't think you are, but one could easily fall into the trap of thinking it's the other person that needs to change. Like, they're not doing it for me.
Yep.
But what are you bringing?
What are you bringing? And where do you want the excitement? That's another thing I would be asking is it in the home? Is it with more adventure? Is it in the bedroom? Where specifically is the excitement lacking for you?
Yeah.
Like, or is it just like, you know, every day we have toast for breakfast and I just want to have poached egg with avocado for once, you know? Is it something like that? I think get quite specific about what's grating you that's too samey.
Yeah.
Where does the spice need to come in?
Yeah.
And it might not be everywhere. It might be in specific dimensions of your relationship.
Yeah. This is really challenging my perception of somebody who plays golf as well. It's challenging my biases and my discrimination.
Say more.
Because I'm trying to picture, I'm saying that as I'm looking at the golf clubs in the corner. You know, my bias, my assumption of golf, I don't know that much about the game, but is that it's one that takes a lot of like dedication, consistency, discipline.
Like a marriage.
Yeah, it can feel, I think it can feel quite samey. Like there's an art of like perfecting things, perfecting your technique.
But then there's this other part of me that goes, yes, and then they all go to the clubhouse and have a good time.
Oh, okay.
You know, let off steam, unwind, have a drink, have a bit of banter. Is that what you want with your wife?
Yeah, yeah.
Do you want to get steamy, let off some steam?
Yeah. Have a bit more banter.
Have a bit more banter?
Yeah.
Because you're right, they're quite similar, aren't they? Like the day-to-day.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's golf. Like, is golf predictable? Well, I think you will try and do everything in your power probably to make it predictable, wouldn't you? In terms of like the shots you play.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thinking about like the weather conditions and the wind and...
You go to the same place, most likely, I'm assuming, because you're signed up to a golf club. See same faces, same terrain. So there's a lot of sameness even in that.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, I'm feeling like my biases and my perceptions are being challenged here because I'm trying to build up a picture of who you are.
Yeah. There was something you said, I'm just going to grab it, something that you said that really stuck out for me at the end, which is the kids are grown up and now the time should really be about us. So did you say this earlier, something about sacrifice?
No.
Oh, I thought you did for some reason.
Or maybe.
Yeah.
About the kids.
Yeah. So it just sounds there that, you know, that it does sound like you probably sacrifice maybe something for your children.
Yeah.
You know, it's been about the kids now. Surely it should be about us.
Yeah.
And what was that like? Like, I wonder if have you ever talked about the things that you maybe sacrificed for your children as a couple? Have you thought about them yourself?
Yeah. Are you struggling to connect now that the kids are gone? Which I think can often happen.
Yeah, well, they're your common ground.
Yeah.
What's your common ground
your common ground now?
Yeah.
And what does she need as well? When you say it's about us, have you thought about what you need to be giving her?
How did she envision life to look like once the kids grew up?
Yeah.
What did she want? What does she want?
Yeah.
Lots of questions.
Lots of questions that were thrown back at you for you to go away and think about and ask.
Yeah.
And ask.
Yeah. I think if you were to go up to her and just say, it just needs to be more exciting, I feel like that could be quite a deflating question.
It's not even a question.
It's a bit confusing, isn't it? So that's why I think where you start is what do you want to change? What does excitement look like?
Yeah.
Where does it need to change?
Yeah.
What do you want it to change? Be clear on what exactly it is you want, how you want it to be different, and then use that to form your conversation.
Yeah. Yeah, come with a solution already. Not even just like a solution, because some of these things you can decide together, but come with something substantial so it doesn't end up feeling like she's the problem in the relationship. She's boring. But no, it's about the relationship, and your relationship needs are changing. Like, gosh, I realise that 30 years on, I have these assumptions that life, it should just be about us having fun now. What do you think about that? Do you agree or not? Or I'd like to have some more fun. Can we decide together what that could look like? Yeah.
Yeah.
Tricky conversations.
Yeah.
But I think the trick to master these conversations and to not make someone feel defensive is we've got a theme here, haven't we?
I was just about to
thinking
say
about
that.
the last
It's just
dilemma
that.
was also about, having tricky conversations, is to go in with a sense of, you are not the problem, but this situation, I'm not feeling comfortable with this situation anymore.
Yeah.
And let's solve it together.
Yeah.
That is going to lower someone's defenses.
Yeah.
It may not straight away, but if you come back with, no, I'm not saying you're the problem. I'm saying this solution, this situation, I don't think it's working for me anymore. Can we both think of a new way together? If you can do that, then you're off to a good start and having a good, tricky conversation with someone.
Yeah. And naming it, that it is tricky, that this is really hard to bring. Like, you could just sit with it and carry on, but it doesn't sound like you want to, because you've brought it here. So it sounds like you want to think about it. And, I admire you for that as well. I think that's really courageous.
Yeah.
And share that with your wife, with your partner. That it is a hard conversation to have. And I think especially, I get a hint that you want to still be with them. I didn't really get a hint that it was that it was going a different way. Maybe it does. I don't know. But
I think they want justification, because the last questions, I want to feel excited in life, and surely that is okay. Of course it's okay.
I was going to say, of course it's okay. Like, your feelings are so valid for how you feel. And even if your priorities have changed, like, that's okay too. Like, you can totally allow that for yourself. You don't need permission. I think just have a conversation.
Yeah. Okay. That's our last dilemma for today. It's gone so quickly.
I know.
Don't know what to do with myself now.
It's a different way, isn't it?
It's a different way, but
a bit clunky.
But I hope that's helpful for you. Let us know your thoughts. Have you encountered this before? Have you felt similarly in your relationship, in life generally? What's worked for you? What hasn't?
Yeah. How do you bring excitement back when you feel like it's lacked?
Yeah.
What do you do?
Yeah, please feel free to share.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thanks for bringing that to us today. Remember to like and subscribe to our social channels.
Yep.
This is Dr. Ritz.
And this is Dr. Vicky.
And we'll see you on the floor soon.
Bye.
Bye. This is Dr. Ritz.
And Dr. Vicky.
Remember to like, subscribe and follow us on our social media channels.